Loomhigh, you're a perfect neck beard, dude.
It's not at the moment. I haven't shaved in a few days. Well, actually, that does mean I have a neck beard, actually.
And the fedora. Your fedora face.
I don't know where I put it. The fedora.
Wow, that's actually really sad that you don't know.
Hey, that just means 50 years down the line, it's going to turn up as a heel, and it's going to be on Pawn Stars.
You're going to put it on again and gain back your powers and your vitality, you know, like Thanos with the Infinity Stones.
Except instead of stones, I am just stoned. Just kidding. As frequent listeners of the pod will know, and by frequent listeners of the pod, I mean people who watch specifically my YouTube channel, would know. I don't like weed. Why don't you just whack yourself on the back of the bed? That'll have the same effect.
I understood about 50% of that. It was too Australian for me.
But people seem to laugh when I talk, so What shall we start the topic with today, good old agent? This is not the same person as the last podcast because just a quick explanation. This podcast does do a bit of a rotation between basically whoever's available to record between the old Google Plus moderators of good old funny memes from Google Plus. Get together, have a bit of nostalgic talk sometimes, rotate between each other. So just, because I'm imagining most people can't tell too much of a difference between accents. This person is not a South African. He is, in fact, the South African of Europe, which is Austrian. The Dutch don't exist, by the way. They are an imagination. Speak for me, agent.
Hello. Just wanted to say I'm really disappointed that you compare me or Austria to South America. South Africa, sorry.
God, I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't compare you to South America. You're not that bad. That's what Yugoslavia is.
You see, the difference between South Africa and Austria is that Austria used to be a world power. And you see we owned Ukraine, we even owned fucking the Netherlands and Belgium at one point.
Okay, so you are the Ethiopia of Europe.
Basically, but if Ethiopia somehow influenced both world wars and blamed them both on Germany, then yeah.
Austria is just that little brother, isn't he? Just fucking starts shit up.
It's actually a real psychopath, but nobody knows. But when it's too late, it's already
You guys just have such a clinical and neutral accent, no one suspects you. And all the Germans, they have an angry accent, so it's just like, it's obviously Germany.
Yeah, Austrians and Bavarians, actually. Bavarians and Austrians are pretty similar, Austrians are more laid back, other than that, yeah.
So if Germany was Australia, you would definitely be New Zealand because you just chiller in both literal and figurative sense.
Yeah, except that we were a great power.
Hey, New Zealand was once a great power. Probably. I don't understand New Zealand history. Somehow they invented the Lamington. I assume they would have had to be a great power to do that.
Well, Austria reached from Italy to Ukraine to Bosnia, so,
To be fair, it was like half Hungary at that point, wasn't it?
Hungary, the Ausgleich, where both countries were, in quotation marks, equalized, was more like Austria being like, okay, Hungarians, you are annoying us and threatening to leave, so we will act like you're equal to us, but you will still have less power than us. So it's like a president and a vice president,
So it's a bit like the United Nations or European Union. It's like, yes, every country is equal. Yes, America, the world's greatest economic and military power, is exactly equal to Burma.
Yeah, it's like the UN and the UN Security Council, it's like a permanent member against a non-permanent member, But yeah, in the end, it ended, and now we're Austria, just Austria, Nobody suspects a thing. Nobody knows that we created Hitler, Nobody.
Yeah, that's just a little secret side project that you started. It was like, I don't like how it's going, so you just shipped it off to your friend Germany, and
yeah, and then it just blew up in your face, basically.
Yeah, it was an 80%ing thing. You got 80% there, gave up, and Germany finished off.
Yeah, exactly. But trust me, dude, Austria will rise again. Look, I think we both can say that we're the that we're representing our countries here, right? Like, forget Scott Morrison, forget Sebastian Kurz, our chancellor. We will make Austria, Australia, okay? Austria, Australia, the
Okay,
best
so what you're
country in the
saying
world.
is we should plan to split the world between Australia and Austria. So you can reach out to all of the Western Hemisphere. You call it the Austrian reach, right? And
Yeah.
I can make sure Australia has control over the Asian sphere, right?
Yeah.
So and we'll make sure. You mean Australia? I think we should prosper. So I think we should call it like the Asian prosperity sphere or something. And you can have yours be called the Austrian reach because you're reaching out to the Western world, right?
Yeah.
And I think that'll be a fair split, and we'll make a benevolent Earth.
Under one condition, okay? You
Yeah,
Australians really need to stop calling breakfast brekkie. You sound like 5-year-old.
nah, it's off. Nah, I would
Okay.
rather remain a complete puppet torn between the Chinese and the United States than be a world benevolent
Hey,
power and have to say
your
breakfast.
choice, dude. Your
Like,
choice. You know,
no, no, you gotta understand, right? Break fast doesn't make sense. It takes longer to say than brekkie. Why is it called break fast when it's not faster? It doesn't make sense.
all I'm going to say is you will sit in the backseat of world politics forever now, and you will be disappointed once you see Austria taking over everything and everything because, of course, there's no Australia holding us back anymore. So, yeah, sure,
Look,
50 years and we'll talk again. Okay, then.
I'm not a stringent man, right? I understand that politics is the art of the possible. You can only do things if you compromise, but come on, even I have my limits. You got to give me some. You got to sweeten the deal if I'm going to make such a big sacrifice on behalf of my country.
I can give you Sachertorte.
What's that?
Really good cakes. Like one of the best cakes you'll ever eat is Austrian cakes. Really, really good.
Can we can we cover it in coconut?
Sure, there's many different flavors. Like Sachertorte isn't a specific kind of cake. It's a cake
But
that's
like,
made by
can
Sacher.
I get flakes of coconut and then just sprinkle them on them
Whatever you
indiscriminately?
want, my man. Whatever you
So
want.
we could call it like Lamingtons 2.
Sure, but it's still a Sachertorte.
Okay, so you're telling me if I give up the word brekkie, I can one up the Kiwis.
Oh yeah. Yes, you can.
It's a hard decision. I'm gonna have to do some consultation with that one, but I'll come back.
The dark side of the Force is a pathway that many consider unnatural.
The dark side has cake, has
Yeah,
cookies.
definitely.
Oh man.
I
Okay,
I do have something prepared, by the way. You know who Scott Morrison is, by the way.
never heard of him.
Anyways, I will expose him today. Okay, I found some really peculiar shit. Shit, yeah. Um, let me show you the first picture. It's a news. It's from a news clip, right? What?
First, before I look at this picture, we've got to get some background, right? So what happened was Agent 47 had to do like a history project and he misspelled Austria in Google and accidentally wrote Australia. So he wasted several hours and failed his Austrian exams because he was looking up Scott Morrison instead of um, what was the name of that real sick dude? Bruno
Bruno
Kreisky.
Kreisky.
I accidentally looked up Scott Morrison instead of Bruno Kreisky, which pretty sure they are like completely opposite by the look
Yeah,
of it.
basically, yeah.
Okay, ready to send the image?
All right, this is from a news station. Right? It was taken in 1997. It's a really damning account.
Yes, Australia's famous news site, SNN Bulletin.
Yeah, and
Right, the
yeah,
close third between the Sydney Morning Herald and Sky News.
definitely, yeah. The thing is, you might think, nah, that can't be Scott Morrison, right? But
I don't know. It's
then,
it's pretty convincing. I mean,
then,
his
you know,
uncropped face on that hoodie with completely different levels of JPEG kind of really. And then And then I just noticed you can barely see it, but there's a fucking picture of a dog shit on the ground. I'm pretty sure that picture of the dog shit has more pixels than the entire rest of that image that you sent me of the news story.
You know, I needed to focus on on the important parts, which was the face, and this that's why I didn't bother
Right.
cleaning up the. But yeah,
Right.
I do
So what
have.
actually happened is the news site just kept enhancing the important parts of the.
Yeah, but this isn't everything. You know, I have conclusive proof that Scott Morrison was definitely there at the same time,
Right, this is
because
very important because this is evidence you are giving to the Royal Commission.
I found this receipt in Scott Morrison's drawer. Look at the date, 6th of July 1997, 1838. And it's at the exact same time, or actually a few minutes before the incident happened. You know, and with the same likeness, they look alike, the persons in the picture, right? With Scott Morrison. I think
Mm.
it's conclusive proof that Scott Morrison did shit in a McDonald's in 1997.
I think it's not quite enough evidence. I think we needed to do one more thing to truly determine if he did shit at the Engadine Maccas in 1997. And that is we need to get that image, take a large visual sample of the shit in that image and see if it matches the description of the food he's purchased, which, for those listening to the podcast and not the YouTube channel, was, according to this receipt at 600 George Street, Sydney, New South Wales, one large fries for $3.20. That's a lot of money for fries. 9 nuggets, which is somehow cheaper than the fries at $2.50. One large Coke, which is $2.50, and one McSunday, which I didn't know still existed, to be honest. A total of $10.50. Does that food match the description of the piece of shit in the other image? I do not know.
It does look pretty liquidy, so I think the large Coke and the McSunday kinda softened it up, you know.
Yes, but the nuggets and fries are fairly solid food.
Hmm. I think we need to get the forensics team on going.
Right. We'll have to return next episode and truly find out if that's the case.
Oh, definitely, dude.
That's our homework. Gonna come back and find out if that was actually Scott Morrison's shit.
Oh no.
Because you know what a podcast needs?
What?
Um, visually required photo evidence.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, it puts the audio in visual medium.
Exactly, yeah. I have to say, I did try to find any free online website to crop them, but I couldn't find any. So
It's called a Microsoft PowerPoint agent.
I
I built my entire media
oh
empire on it.
shit, true, I have that.
My entire media empire of 3 YouTube channels.
I did originally have that receipt, which is way better, but it has shitty watermark. Holy shit, it even breaks in
Oh my god, and it doesn't work on Discord. It just it's
yeah.
completely transparent.
Yeah, it had like thank you Scott Morrison and everything on it. Oh well. And it was an actual McDonald's receipt, not just a template.
That's what you need to do. You needed to just get an actual McDonald's receipt and then just use a pen and change the date so it'll look more sketch.
True, yeah. Should have gone to the local McDonald's, but then everything was in German, you know.
Even better, imagine that. 1997 at an Engadine Maccas is in fucking German.
Oh,
Deutsch!
Deutsch, yeah.
McDeuschels. The Deutsch. I love saying Deutsch.
Oh well,
That was a good segment.
yeah, definitely. It was actually good, yeah.
Take a quick breather. Just cut all this shit out where we just
My God.
okay, we can't imagine that. We do like 15-minute segments and we're not allowed to breathe. We have to breathe in between them. God.
Damn.
Just
Underwater
an entire
podcast.
podcast where we fucking suffocate.
Oh, that's a gap in the market. You know, you're a genius. You're literally a marketing genius.
Right, the asphyxiation market.
That's definitely a kink.
Yeah, I was about to say, hey, it's like, yeah, that definitely still exists. Fucking
The
ASMR.
difference between Australians and us Austrians, is we're more direct. We will immediately go to the meat of the conversation. I'll immediately throw out the kinks and everything.
Is that why you just started the podcast with the lead, which was did the Prime Minister shit himself at Engadine Maccas? Here's the photo evidence, because that's totally not what every single media outlet in the country talks about.
I just imagine
It's
Australian news station.
the only piece of politics that penetrates the media monopoly of the country. Even Rupert Murdoch can't stop this story from coming out.
Some people even say that Caitlin.
Just like even Scott Morrison can't stop the shit from coming.
Some say that Caitlin Bennett was actually shit herself because Scott Morrison shit himself. So she wanted to emulate him. Do you know Caitlin Bennett?
No,
She's the Scott Morrison of USA. Basically.
Scott Morrison of the USA was kind of Donald Trump in terms of policy.
Yeah, she's basically like that, just more blatant and sometimes.
Oh, just more boring. That's what Scott Morrison is. Daggy Donald.
That reminds me of when in the House of Commons or something, like an old representative or something called another guy Dodgy Dave, and because he wouldn't stop calling him Dodgy Dave, he was asked to leave the Senate chambers. Yeah, because he would.
Nice. Fuck, I want to be called Dodgy Dave. It's just, I
Dodgy.
was forsaken in that I'm not called fucking Dave.
Hey, dude, all you need to do is rename yourself Dave and get known in the community as a sex offender. Then you will be called Dodgy Dave from now on.
Well, considering I am literally studying youth work and community services, I don't think that would be an option. I don't think they accept youth workers who are pedophiles.
Or it will make it easier.
Or named Dave.
So are you studying in a university or?
Nah, TAFE, which is a university, but it costs $800 and is fuck all work. I'd say that, but yeah, I have several assignments that need to be done that are not getting done.
Let's do a podcast.
Hey, I got my priorities right. I want to do a podcast with an Austrian about a website that doesn't exist that'll inevitably get less than 20 views.
Oh yeah, and 15 of those are us rewatching to see what mistakes we made or editing or something.
Yeah, 50% of it will be me turning into TikToks, and they're going to be shit TikToks too.
Nobody watches.
So sad. TikTok's not doing it for me, but you know what social media site is doing it for me?
Miwi?
Rizzle. Miwi's nothing. I get less than one interaction from that.
Yeah, Miwi is definitely dead. What's Rizzle?
It is basically Indian TikTok. And I got
Hashtag
over 1,000 subscribers, and I get thousands of
What
views.
the fuck? Really?
Yeah. Not many thousands, no more than like 3,000 and usually like 1,000.
Loomhigh Lights 2.0, sapping all the views of the main channel. But seriously, can we talk about how shit Loomhigh Lights is? That asshole is fucking copying you,
So he doesn't even have a schedule. When was he last posted? Like a fucking month ago? I fucking hate that dude.
Yeah, I remember he made the rumor that you were actually doing the deed on the 6th of July 1997 instead of Scott Morrison.
Well, that's just simply outrageous. Can we move on? Just real quick.
Sure. All right.
Let's not talk about that. I don't want to talk about that. I'm making you leave on a 94 agent.
Hey, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Okay. Good. I did not do that. I swear.
I did not have sex with that woman.
For the record, I did not say I did not do that, just for legal reasons. Okay, moving on.
Oh yeah, Google Plus. Let's go down to Google Plus. Remember the wild corns or what they were called?
Hell yeah, that's how I started my meme comment. As the comic originally was going to be about the wild corns.
Some of our mods, including me, infiltrated in quotation marks the Wildcorn subreddit by making Wildcorn accounts. But the leader of the Wildcorns, or at least a high up person, a girl there, she noticed that we were the mod team of funny memes, and then she kind of like jokingly, of course, but she kind of basically hit on all of us, you know.
Hit.
With hit, I mean flirt
Yeah, I
as a
know
joke.
that. I'm just trying to think what the Google Plus equivalent of flirting is. I'm just thinking of all the copy pastes that Dinner has made.
Now, like, yo, wanna fuck and stuff like that, you know, like obviously joking.
So I pulled a friggin' Jules.
Yeah, but less gay sex.
Oh, well, that's not as fun.
Hell yeah, dude, you gotta prove your worth to the homies, you know.
Nothing's manlier. Except I'm not manly enough to do it, so fuck off.
What else was there? It was just such a dumpster fire, you know. Such a dumpster fire.
But, I'm thinking back at it, Google Plus was smooth as hell. It had a couple of glitches, but
Oh, nah, it had a ton of glitches. I remember it was like every month it was really to a point where some accounts literally were broken due to glitch, or funny memes literally being broken due to glitches. I do remember it used to be smooth, but then when Google announced that Google Plus was going to stop, you know, it went completely downhill, and they stopped supporting it altogether, and it became more and more glitchy towards the end.
did it?
Yeah,
I don't remember that,
I
mate.
do remember that.
But it's so fitting.
Mm, but it's just incredible. The funny meme still is there. I mean, it's pretty much dead. It went from having at least two.
Half a
I do remember the
million.
analytics. I did look at the analytics of funny memes back in the day when I was a mod in Google Plus, and within 30 days it always had several thousand active people, and with active it means just commenting, plussing it, or posting something, you know. Then you
So
look
there
at
would have been
Mewe.
thousands more lurkers.
Yeah, and within 7 days there were several hundreds, you know, and each day there were at least 30 or 40 more posts at least per day at the heyday, right? But then you
Mm,
look at Mewe. Last time I looked, it was a few weeks ago. I think there were like one or two posts per day, and
yeah,
that was also dead.
because funny memes, it always overclock how many posts. It was always 99 plus when you looked at it again. And now it's like on MeWe, you go for a full day and it's not even enough memes to look at as you go to sleep.
Yeah, the thing is, I mean, literally the only thing that funny memes had going for it and why it didn't die was because it grew when Rage Comics and everything, like it was made in 2012 or something, or like a few years before I joined at least. Um, it was it grew with that, you know. People were like all about the simple memes, you know, Rage Comics there and everything, and memes just exploded in popularity, and there weren't as many meme sites, you know. But then everything got oversaturated, right? But funny memes already was big enough to self-sustain itself. But with the
Mm,
move to Miwi, at the beginning a lot of people did move, right? But now
yeah,
there's just so many way more better memes
yeah.
anywhere else.
Yes,
There just is one community out of a billion, literally probably a billion. There's so much content, and all memes there have been through 10 different sites anyway. There's not much appeal to it except the people, the community itself, but since they're
yeah.
all inactive anyways, there's not much to make you stay.
Yeah, can't exactly make meme comics when there's no action except for 3 people in the group chat who are just talking about wanting to screw each other. Um,
Is that happening?
I don't know. I don't know what they talk about there. I'm not there long enough. I just come in
What
every night, post a shitty meme and leave.
what I do remember is that it just literally say the same things every single day, basically. Like they're like they got stuck a year ago or something in there. I do remember all the people, like so many people. I wonder what happened to them. Like Tempest, for example, one that just suddenly insulted everybody and told everybody they were never his
I think
friends and
he's,
just left. I
I
don't know
think
why.
he's back. He
Really?
always hangs out with dinner though. I'm thinking, I want to make a meme comic or a meme video that's like what happened to all the Google Plus users after they left, and
But
it's just like
yeah,
a scene of what they're doing now.
but I have to say I don't want anything to do with Tempest. Like what age was he, like 20, and then he was literally in an online relationship with Lolly. She wasn't too much younger, but she literally looked 12 years old. And this 20-year-old guy was in an online relationship with her. It was even her gimmick and the running gag that she looks 12 years old and really young. It's just really disgusting.
Yeah, Tempest is an unusual character, and I'm gonna chalk it up to the fact that he was a New Zealander, and blame New Zealand for it. And Tempest is the reason that Christchurch happened. Moving
Oh,
on.
okay, okay. Let's move on. Yeah, let's
Hey,
move.
look. I put this podcast as explicit for a reason. Literally, the start of the first podcast, I mentioned Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah, I remember. I watched that. He didn't kill himself, by the way. Just to reiterate.
No, it was clearly an accident. Obviously,
Obviously,
an industrial accident. He was working at the mines and just ended up hanged in a prison. Um,
not in the mines, but in minors.
yeah, same shit. It's all about exploring,
All right, let's move on.
making holes. Yeah, moving on.
Are there any recent happenings in Australia that you think would be of note?
I got that video link on the document, but I want to save that for when there's a larger group of people, so that
Yeah.
the laughing can be.
By the way, another thing, the audio recorder, but is it necessary for a podcast or something? Just to make sure that we aren't literally talking and nothing is being recorded.
That'd be hilarious if that's the case. But
That would be
as
sad.
as long as Craig is there, I'm pretty sure it's recording. The
All
only
right.
thing that'll stop it is if I fail to download it in time, which is not unlikely given where I live. Uh, but that just makes the podcast more exciting. You don't know whether it'll exist or not.
Yeah,
You could be
all
talking into the void, or you could be talking to 10 people.
the 30 minutes of editing the receipt and the Scott Morrison news cycle, of course, useless. But no,
Yeah,
the,
it's all
the,
right. It wouldn't penetrate the Murdoch press, you know?
I
The
did
Murdoch press
post.
is too strong.
I did
You got
post
to
a
talk
picture.
about him taking two shits. That's how we penetrate the press.
I did post it on Reddit though, on just to see if people like.
Aussie memes.
No, I just posted an okay buddy retard because it's the kind of meme. I looked if there was a meme subreddit for Australia that had that kind of humor, but didn't find any. And Aussie memes is dead anyway, so I won't get any upvotes. I didn't get a whole 3 upvotes. Loom, are you here?
That was a very, very long period of no internet connection. Then it was just like silence for a full 10 seconds.
I thought that old ScoMo got you.
Yeah, he knows what's up. He's sending the AFP. The Australia did a massive drug bust recently. I think it was the largest in history, eh?
Austria also did that. I think it was like in the entirety of Europe, and I think it was a global thing.
Yeah, it was a global thing. It was using Australian technology. Apparently, they designed the app, like the app that managed to do the crackdown over like beers.
Yeah.
Like it sucks so much that Australia's CSIRO, which is our research institution, that its budget's been cut so much because we invent so much cool shit
Definitely,
like
yeah.
like
There's
Wi-Fi, which is friggin' failing me at the moment.
how to commit cultural genocide effectively.
Yeah, that's all right. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm just gonna Wolf Creek the President of the United States one day.
I will act like I get the reference.
No, there wasn't actually a reference. Oh, actually, no. There was Wolf Creek, but other than that.
Oh, remember when the Brecky Football Club beat the Chuk FC in football? I remember that. You remember that? Yeah.
Thing is that those are both more Australian sounding, more legitimate as a football team name than our actual soccer team.
What are they called?
The Australian soccer team is called the Socceroos.
Do they want to parody themselves?
I don't think we take soccer seriously.
Why do you call it soccer? God damn it! It's called football.
Because we have our own footy and we fucking love it. If you don't go for the West Coast Eagles, I'll gut you gutless.
You mean hand egg?
Huh?
Hand egg.
Have you seen footy?
No. And is it like rugby? Is it rugby?
It's a very mixed game. I don't know how to describe it because I know about nothing about sport.
I wonder why you look so ripped in your pictures, you know.
Oh, that's just because
Speaking of pictures,
it's literally
that
because I
is
just
that is my magnum opus.
deserves its place in fan art.
You know,
Fuck, I'm gonna have to actually make a video for this podcast.
I did put so much effort into it because the pizza t-shirt, you actually used to wear that a lot back in your videos. I just couldn't get the face, of course.
That's like a 5-year-old shirt, right? And
Yeah.
like, it's so worn out now. I still have it. Oh,
Nah.
so stupidly worn.
You should, just for shits and giggles, you should just do a IRL video with the exact same shirt, a fedora, and the sunglasses again. For old
I'll have a
time's
look
sake.
for him. But I don't think. Oh no, yeah, we'll have the right sunnies. I'll put on
Oh my god,
the proper speed dealer sunglasses.
Sunny, Sprecky, dude. Ow. What do you call? What's some more like? I know some Australian slang like booze bus, and I don't remember anything else actually.
Keep going. I want to see. Just keep making up words, and I'll tell you if they are or not.
Yeah, no, booze bus literally is a
Yep,
slang.
that's a word.
Um, uh, phony.
That's just a general English word.
Okay, yeah, but hmm. uh, it's hard to think of it on the spot, but
Now I'm going to make you think of a sport, otherwise you are a phony.
oh, Loomy.
Yes, that is the name of a famous Australian comedian. That for some reason my Canadian colleague keeps calling me. Calls me Loomy. Calls me Loomy. Loomy
Hemi.
Woomy or something. Hemi.
Hemi. Hemi.
That sounds like it should be.
Hamburger. Hemi.
Oh, Hemi.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that used sometimes.
Nuggy.
Think. Hmm?
Nuggy. Nuggets.
Mm,
Nuggy.
chicken nuggies, yeah, but that's American. Nuggy, I think, is a kind of nappy.
Okay.
Using
Um.
another Australian slang to describe it. Anyway, it's a diaper.
Cokey.
You're saying cookie.
Cokey. Like Coke, like in Coca-Cola.
No, if Coke is for the refined individual, I'd say it properly. Full name, cocaine.
I'm out of thoughts. I don't know. It's just
It's been milk dry. This segment's been milk dry.
yeah. How long have you been recording?
I have no idea. I think around 10:30 we started, so it's been 30 minutes.
Well, I'm personally out of topics right now.
Should we steal one of the ones on the document, or should we call it a day?
There's still a document. I mean, we did do Google Plus
Conduct.
nostalgia. school stories, I don't have any of those. Do you know any weird theories?
I feel like I was thinking about one earlier today. Oh, I know, I can steal the Star Wars audience by thinking up a Star Wars theory because I've been watching nothing but Star Wars.
I think to get the Star Wars audience, we need to have an audience in general.
No, 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 no. You're not wrong, right?
We have
However, in order to get an audience, we need a Star Wars audience. Ha, got you there. Chicken
we're
and egg.
just going to become a Star Wars podcast suddenly.
Well, I've been watching nothing but the Star Wars cartoons because I've started watching Rebels now that I finished with Clone Wars.
Oh, Clone Wars, yeah. I loved Clone Wars, dude.
Tell me more, good friend.
I know that Rex and Ahsoka definitely, at least
Base.
at one point, at one point at least, they did.
They did it. I'm
Yeah,
liking this theory.
yeah, definitely.
Look,
Look,
clones
look.
and Jedi. They didn't have to be. They didn't have to be in celibate. They could be celibate. They could sexy stuff.
I mean, they weren't allowed to, but.
No, no. Jedi were allowed to have sex. They just weren't allowed to form attachments. So they could only pretty much do
Oh,
one night
oh,
stands.
yeah. Just Anakin had it every single day with Padme. That's all.
And clones, they weren't told about sex. And the only reason they were given sex drives at all was because the first batch they made didn't have sex drives and they were fucking dog shit at combat. So apparently being horny makes you really good at shooting in the Star Wars universe.
Just a lame excuse so they can justify Rule 34 of Scott Morrison.
Well, there was actually because fucking YouTube's been recommending me those bullshit Star Wars theory videos. There was one where I was talking about a time a clone trooper did have sex with Padawan. It was a 13-year-old Padawan. So it's like, what's worse? Is it the fact that he's having sex with a 13-year-old Padawan or the fact that he's technically 10 years old?
Yeah, the clones aged. What the fuck? Where did you find? Why? Why?
Why
Why?
not? And yes, that guy did disobey Order 66 for obvious reasons.
What did you search to get
Nothing. It was just on the homepage. I think I
what
might have clicked on
its
one Star Wars video
recommendations?
once, and now it's just part of my recommendations. There's a YouTube channel, Jeetsley, which is like, hello, I have a very, very gruff Australian accent that is extremely Sydney-centric.
There's
Now
also
to talk about an American franchise.
Laserbeam. He has like 20 million subs now. That
No,
is
not Laserbeam, not quite Laserbeam, but definitely in that kind of gist.
I actually was the guy that introduced you to Laserbeam, I think, because I remember I watched him when he had like a few 100,000 subs, and then I told you, "Yo, this is Australian YouTuber. It's really funny." And then he became a Fortnite YouTuber and got really bad.
He definitely showed me Fairburn films for the first time.
Yeah, I really they're funny, definitely. Do you watch them?
Yeah, still
Uh,
sub.
yeah.
Because it's like, hey, these guys are comedians and they live in bumfuck nowhere. Kind of jealous. I've been getting really jealous of there's this up and coming YouTube channel, Australian YouTube channel you might like, called Garn. And I really fucking hate it because they started around my size and now they got 85.6k subs from 20 videos.
You just gotta work on the production value.
I mean, I make videos about summoning the dead ghost of a still living intellectual using 25 hamburgers. I don't see why the algorithm doesn't like that and prefers videos such as every electrician ever and Aussie dads when they get a new mower and every crypto guy ever. See, why are those ones getting more popular?
Yeah. Like Loomhigh, probably the next PewDiePie, Australian PewDiePie.
Why can't videos like me reviewing Lee Red Spy on MeWe in a video that took me 1 hour to make because I needed to make a video for that week? How could that get less views than every council worker ever with 331k?
I don't know, dude. I don't know. I think there's a big lag in fedoras. Ever since after Fedora, it's been going downhill. Sorry, but it was your power. It increased your power level.
Fair point, but this man doesn't wear a fedora. He wears one of those hats with the visor on it.
I do know what will help. Probably sex toy reviews. It's clickbaity. It has to do with
Tempting, but my mum figured out how to use YouTube, so not sure.
hello. This Bats Dragon dildo review.
Not to mention, again, I am studying to do youth work and community services, so even that banana joke at the beginning of that banana video was probably too much.
Dude, you
It
let
was
me.
like, how to get a free video editor. Just give them bananas and tell them to suck on them. I wonder if I should make that video about Bruno Kriesky. Just a complete change of content type on my channel. I review shitty memes. I make Australian tour videos. I make obscure food videos. Here's an intellectual discussion about an Austrian socialist.
That is still to this day the most popular chancellor that has ever existed in Australia.
Right. Austria's Gough Whitlam. Let's talk about him, even though I have nothing to do with him. But he sounds like you. He looks like the kind of person you confuse with Bruno Mars. So
Bruno. You must have bad eyesight.
I know. I'm just like I hear Bruno, and that's it.
Yeah.
He got me caught.
Bruno Mars. You do know that Bruno Kreisky was white, right, and not black like Mars.
I don't even know who Bruno Mars is. Was he black?
He's the guy
I thought he was Martian, hence his last name, Bruno de Mars.
He's the guy that made Uptown Funk.
Uptown what?
On Funk, the song.
How does that go?
Wait, I'll show it to you. I'm not going to sing for you on podcast.
No, you have to. This is the pod. Do it for the pod. This is for the audience. I'm not the only one in stream. You got to supply yourself to the 10 other people listening.
Wait, let me
see. I refuse to play it unless you sing it. Okay, go.
Why? Wait, I need to get the lyrics.
I had to sing my own parody song on Triple M Radio Port Hedland. You can sing this on the pod.
All right. No. You need to play the music.
I type out Uptown Funk. First thing that comes is Uptown Girls. Don't really want to watch that free online movie advertisement. Okay. You realize this is going to cause a lot of feedback, but let's do it anyway.
You sing with me. This is my Scott, my white girl. This one from good girls and good girls, straight to masterpieces, styling, wilding, living it up in the city. The chucks on you, Saint Laurent, got to kiss himself and the city. Too hot. Call the police and the fireman. Too hot. Hot damn. Make a dragon wanna retire, man. I'm too hot. Hot damn. Hey, you know who I am. Too hot. That's enough.
How's that?
Yeah, I think
that's how we're gonna conclude the podcast. I reckon that's it.
That's it.
Perfect ending.
Perfect.
Don't need anything else.
Goodbye, everybody. It was nice being on this podcast.
Bye, everybody.